Guess what? If this message finds you, it's for you. That's cliche, but I'm telling you from the bottom of my heart that if this message is finding you, and then secondly, if you hear what I am saying, if it's resonating with you, then guess what? Your time is now. Why do I know this? Because what I am sharing is not easy. What is this guy even talking about? I'm talking about being the best version of you, having total health, which is mental, emotional, spiritual, physical health. And that starts from the inside out by giving yourself permission to redefine who you are, releasing the false self and embracing the divine birthright that you are, that you're entitled to. You're entitled to these things. Does that mean it just happens? No. But my time is now. Your time is now if you're hearing this message. And yet, this is a spiritual battle that we are dealing with. Why is it spiritual? Because if you sit back and just observe your thoughts on any given day throughout the day, are your thoughts mostly positive, uplifting, optimistic, hopeful, abundant, prosperous? Or are your thoughts negative, self-defeating, critical, judgmental, feeling bad, ashamed, guilt, doubt, fear? Most of us, it's that. It's the latter. We're not positively wired. And I'm here to tell you that you have more power in you. You have control to shift this. But it does take giving yourself permission to put in the work. What is the work? What is the work? It's to do the self-improvement. How do you self-improve? You self-improve by looking out at everyone else and comparing yourself to what everyone else has and what you don't have. That's not it, right? That's not it. That's not it. The way you self-improve is you gotta look in the mirror. You gotta look within. And so many people are afraid to do that very simple, not easy process, to just look in the mirror. Look at your life in review, chalk up the wins, chalk up the losses, learn at what you can do differently, how you can grow, how you can expand, what you don't like about yourself. It's okay to not like some things about yourself. What's not okay is for you to keep beating yourself up about past mistakes and identifying as that you're a failure. You're not a failure. I'm here to tell you, you have not failed. If you're listening to this message, if this message found you, it's because you are not ready to quit, not ready to throw in the towel. You are searching, you are seeking, and guess what? You have found. You have found the possibility, the potential of you truly becoming your best version. Through what? Through my inspiration, through the work, through everything that I have gone through in my life, that I have figured it out. I've figured out what it can take, what it takes for you to break through a lot of the limits, right? A lot of the beliefs, how to reprogram yourself, how to start loving yourself, connecting with the inner self. It literally brings me to tears. Tears of joy, tears of gratitude to know that, man, I didn't give up on my fucking life. I didn't give up on myself. It would have been so easy, you guys. It would have been so easy to give up. So, like, man, I've been through some heavy duty shit. And some of y'all are going through some heavy duty shit or have been through it. But someone had just said, I'm a warrior. And it's like the first time. And it's because why? We think that what? A warrior is just someone that's you know, running into a firefight, that level of heroism. And it's like, yeah, that's one version, but guess what another version of a warrior is? It's you not giving up, getting knocked down in life, and always getting back up one way or another. Slowly sometimes, but getting back up, dusting off, and you keep going. But now, instead of just kind of surviving and existing, let's start to thrive. That's the BAMF warriors. Like, we need to inspire ourselves each and every day. That renewal of spirit each and every day is so important. It's a daily thing. There's no days off. Once you engage in this self-mastery journey, this journey of going from self-destructive, self-limits, self-abandonment into self-discovery, self-improvement, self-development, I guarantee you will see the results. And eventually you will find yourself in a place of self-mastery. Why does self-mastery matter? Because most of us don't trust ourselves. I remember I didn't trust myself. I now love myself unconditionally. I love all of me. Does that mean I'm proud of all the things that have happened? No, but I can accept that those things happened for me, not to me. I'm not a victim, and I take extreme ownership. And there's just so many people out there that are afraid to admit fault, to say, you know what? Yeah, I messed up. You know, I lied, I cheated, I was deceptive, right? I mean, even just taking ownership over what you can and cannot change. We all want to play the victim as if somehow it's because of limited resources and prices being too much, and that somehow we're helpless. And it's like, it ain't about trying to figure out what you can afford. It's about figuring out how you become more valuable so that you then attract abundance into your life, that the prices of whatever don't matter. Times are tough right now. But there are people absolutely thriving, and it's not because they're manipulating or they're lucky. They just believe in themselves. And most of the time they're willing to do things that other people aren't willing to do. And I go back to the fact that you listening to this message, I know this ain't popular. It challenges me every day, and it's challenging you. That's a good thing. But if you're willing to put in the work, to disconnect from the distractions, to ghost yourself from all the things around you, to immerse yourself in this journey of healing, growth, expansion, becoming the best version of you. It's a 24-hour, 365 job. And it is so rewarding. They guarantee you're going to have success. I guarantee you. How can I guarantee you? It takes a few things on your part. It takes you giving yourself permission. It takes you showing up and being consistent every single day and committing to doing the work. If you do the work, then it's a guarantee you're going to get the results from your work. It's the most beautiful thing. And I think so many people are hungry for that. They're tired of the distractions. They're tired of the spectacles, right? Because they know deep down inside this stuff, the stuff that's occupying their mind and their energy, it's draining you of your energy Just think in terms of that. If you can understand that piece of what drains your energy or what replenishes your energy, man, you would save yourself a lot of heartache. You would save yourself a lot of questions that you already know the answer to. If you could just be fine-tuned enough about energy and what drains you or what fills you. And it's the absolute truth. There are people that you just being around them, being in their energetic field, they drain you of your energy. You know this to be true, yes? Maybe you're one of those people. Ouch. I know I used to be one of those people, an energy vampire, right? That's what we call that. And the beautiful thing is that if you're willing to take extreme ownership and shift your polarity from negative, from victim, from blame, to empowering yourself, to improving yourself, to saying, you know what, I'm gonna give myself permission. The breaking point for me was not only hitting rock bottom, but saying, you know what, I'm done bullshitting myself and I'm done bullshitting others. I'm tired of all these fucking masks. I want to be true and authentic to myself. And if people disperse and walk out of my life because of me making some adjustments that are going to make me feel better, right? So be it. It's having the trust that the right people will show up. And I think that's what's happening right now. That's what's getting me so excited. This whole idea, results kill excuses, right? I can look back 2 years ago in my journal, you guys. That's how I know this is guaranteed to work. You have to document and you have to be persistent. And I've had lots and lots of people tell me, man, when's enough? When are you done with all this healing and all this self-improvement stuff? And I'm like, I don't ever want to be done with it. Because the minute you ease up, it's one of those things, right? It's so easy. I'm over 12 years of sobriety. If I was to just ease up, go on vacation, put myself on an island and start drinking, saying, oh, I'm on an island, I'm not gonna drive, right? And it's okay to have a little few drinks, you know, I'm an adult, right? I give myself permission to get drunk, it's okay. And it's like, you literally, the downward spiral happens like 10 times faster. And you see it, it's just like in the fitness game. It doesn't matter what game it is. In fitness, if I was to literally say, I'm done working out, I'm done going on walks, I'm done lifting the weights, and I'm just going to give myself permission to eat whatever I feel like eating, man, in like a month, I'm probably 20 pounds heavier. It happens that fast. So it really just becomes a way of life, this self-improvement, this self-mastery. And I really do believe that this is the shift for like global humanity. For us to break free from the programming and the mental and emotional control. You like free your mind just from all of the propaganda, the lies, the manipulation, these systems that are false. They're not truth. It's time for you to find your truth, your truth. That's why so many people get triggered by this message, but also there's an equal amount of people that are responding to my message because I'm not rehearsed. I'm just speaking my truth. I'm speaking about the things that I have experienced. And I can't tell you how rewarding that is, but gosh, man. You know how painful it was to get through to this phase? And it's not like fucking cakewalk over here. It is pretty nice though. When I'm out here on the Vibora Trail on 21 acres of land that's mine, and to have like a private walking trail, that seems nice. But the journey in general is that self-accountability, that every day 1% better, this much better is what it's gonna take. And so when I think about my day, when I set intentions on this day, if I say, well, I don't think working out is that important anymore. I don't think caring about my nutrition is important anymore. You know what? Those positive affirmations in the morning, I ain't got time for that. You know what? Let me spend my time watching the news better. Let me watch global news. Let me watch the cable news instead. And, you know, instead of making content to give back and to try and make a difference in this world, you know, let me just be a consumer of content. If I was to do that today, how would I feel tomorrow, right? And then if I was to do it again, how would I feel the next day and the next day and the next day and the next day? And really, after just like 1 week, 1 month, man, I've already let it go. And we are creatures of habits, and so you need to develop new habits. The old habits are keeping you complacent. Your old habits are keeping you safe, are keeping you in a familiar place, which is really like survival. It's existing. But when you give yourself to try new things, do new things, experience new things, you're going to give yourself an opportunity to actually find what your truth is. Because so many people, they settle for what other people want them to do. They're afraid to say, I like to dance, I like to sing, I like to play and have fun. It's like, no, can't do that. Better to just sit back and watch everyone else dancing and singing and playing and having fun. It's the craziest thing that we literally give ourselves up. We sideline ourselves because of like embarrassment or shame, or, you know, you know what it really boils down to? It's not feeling worthy. We don't feel that we're worthy. We see other people living their lives and dreaming, and we're like, we're not as good as them. It's a comparison thing. Remember, it's looking out the window. I joked about it earlier. Instead of looking at the mirror, there is something inside of you. Here's another guarantee. We're full of guarantees right now. There is something inside of you, a gift, that literally, if you were to develop it, to first acknowledge it, then to start developing it and utilizing it and exercising that gift, and it's usually a creative thing. I can guarantee you that you are, there's no probable, you are the best on this planet at whatever your gift is. And your gift isn't my gift. That's why you're the best. But yet, we have all these limiting beliefs. We have all these experiences. And we've been so programmed to get so fixated on the external, and someone else is so much better than us. And, you know, that comparison just keeps you fucking so held back. And that's why it's like you gotta shut down all that noise, all those distractions. Here's one of the most beautiful things that I'm really excited about, because I think this is what a lot of people need. So if you haven't yet, type in the 3 magic words, results, kill, excuses, into your app store. Download the app. And I'm getting ready to launch the private community section. Now here's why I think this is a really beautiful thing, and this was really my whole inspiration for even doing an app, is because a lot of us, myself included, you need to take a time out from social media. And the cool thing about the app is that it's a self-contained piece of social media. So you're not going to be distracted. We're not going to be talking about politics and the news and who won this game or who's doing that or fuck all that shit. You're going to be able to literally just connect with like-minded people that are on this same healing journey, this hero's journey, from self-destruction to self-discovery to self-mastery. And that's my commitment to you, is really being the leader, fostering, but also having a robust dialogue. And I'm seeing it. I'm seeing y'all. It literally lights me up every time that I see you engaging in the content, commenting, sharing your perspective, your experiences. Sometimes I'll see that as like a cry for help, and I want you to know I'm here for you. And many, many of you have already asked for the help. I've had many sessions. Free. It's my gift. It's my calling to give back. And I'm someone that I volunteered to serve my country. I have volunteered to respond to natural disasters. Well, what about the human disasters? See, the thing that I had seen going to natural disasters is there's a lot of resources pouring in. It's tragic when people are physically just their whole lives, man. You could just imagine everything in your home. You go to work or you wake up in the morning and they say everything's about to get destroyed because of nature. And you come and you flee, and then you come back and all your stuff is like confetti. As far as you can see, just destruction. I've seen that firsthand. I've been there. And yet I've seen people resilient. I've looked in their eyes. I've hugged them. I've embraced them in the midst of all that. And yet I've shelved some of that service, some of that volunteering, because I know that I have a calling right here, right now, to serve you with that same humanitarian spirit. I know when I walk around, people are like, oh, look at this humanitarian guy. But it is probably the biggest part of my heart, is service to others, is a desire to reduce suffering on this planet. And mostly I'm talking about mental, emotional, and spiritual suffering. Because it's an area where we don't think we have as much power as we do. You have so much power to address those issues in your life. So much power. Way more than you can ever imagine. And I am so thankful to be right here, right now. It's my time right now. That means it's your time. If you're resonating with this message, go all in. Give yourself permission to go all in, to see how far you can go. Close your eyes right now and just picture, how far can you go from where you're at right now to what you can imagine for your life? How far can you go? It's an incredible vision to know that no one knows who they are. I don't know who you are. I don't know what the fullest expression of you is on this planet. I've always remember hearing this, and I think it's maybe like the Dalai Lama or somebody, but it says, to save one life is to change the world. And so I'm here to help save some lives. And it doesn't even mean you're on the brink of suicide, but it just means that if you're just existing on this planet, consuming and just getting by, that's not living life. We were put here for way more than just that experience. And I am so honored and grateful to be able to be attracting in this tribe of people that you're a part of. The Results Kill Excuses, the Banff Warrior Tribe, right? What is a Banff warrior? It's you. It's you if you're hearing this message. What does that mean? That means that you're relentless. That means you're unstoppable, invincible, because you have been through so much and you still haven't given up. You've probably felt like giving up. There's probably been even some seasons where you kind of just were so exhausted that you needed to rest, and realize that. There are definitely seasons that we need to rest. Some of us have been on extended seasons of rest, sidelining ourselves for extended periods of time, and it's time to re-engage. Re-engage in what? In improving your life. Investing in you. I guarantee you, you invest in you, you're going to get major results. Are they going to come overnight? Is it going to happen really quick? No. This is an endurance race. It's not even a marathon. It's an endurance race. This is super duper long distance. But lock in and enjoy the ride. Have fun. And that's a big part of what I help people to rediscover within themselves, is that inner child. To listen to your inner child. To think about the things that you loved the most when you were a little kid. What did you love to do? And then to give yourself permission with intention to go do those things. And do them regular. Do it often. Become your own best friend. Become the best version of you. Love yourself. And in doing that, guess what that becomes? You become so magnetic. You become magnetic. You don't have to chase. You don't have to beg. You don't have to plead for people. Strive for people to be in your life. You're going to attract people that truly see you and love you and appreciate you for being you. And that's sexy AF. I hope you got something out of this. I know there's many of you that are getting a lot out of these messages. I'm going to keep getting on here. I am all in. This is my purpose. This is my calling. And I can only be so honored to have you join me on this journey. Because it's not just about me. It's about you and them. It's like we're all ripples in the water. There's people that you're going to reach by lighting your light, by brightening your light, that I could never reach. And that's what makes this world a better place. It is the power of one. So be the best version of you today. Be willing to confront the negative critic inside of you. Well, how do you do that? You got to overwhelm it with positivity. And you need the positive affirmations. I really appreciate those of you that are reaching out, asking for me to give you some recommendations. I continue to welcome you reaching out. resultskillexcuses@gmail.com. Give me a little bit of context of what is going on in your life, and I will give you some very specific positive affirmations to listen to on throughout the day, everywhere you go. Be listening to this stuff, especially if you're super duper negative, if you're super duper doubtful, and you lack that hope, that ambition, the positivity. That doesn't mean you're a negative person. It just means that you've programmed yourself to be in that survival mode. And it's time to break free from that. And together we get to do this. You don't have to do it alone, but no one can do the work for you. I can show you, here's the app. I can show you there's a month worth of self-discovery work there. I could put these videos out. I can tell you, hey, reach out to me. And if you don't reach out and you don't do the work and you're not willing to start looking at life from a new, fresh lens, from a higher version of yourself, and take inspired action every single day, then you're not going to get the results. But I guarantee you, if you do the work and you stay committed, you stay locked in, you know when to rest. Not when to give up, but just, I need a rest. I need to take a nap. I need to replenish myself and then get back after it. You know when to grieve. You know when to just kind of be sad, and like you can even fucking let some tears out and cry and grieve, because you are releasing your old self. You're gonna lose some things along this journey. But the things you lose, it's not, our minds are so programmed in the physical that we think we lose something that we can never experience again. And the things that we let go of that don't return to us, they're held. They're held in our hearts and in our minds for eternity. But when you let go of something that isn't serving your highest good, which is, it takes some sacrifice. When you hold on to something, have you experienced this? If you're holding on to things that are misaligned with you, it becomes painful. It becomes stressful. It becomes emotionally and energetically draining. Do you remember this? So you need to be able to start seeing things through the energetic lens. They drain you. If things are draining you, that's not aligned with you. It's out of alignment. If it drains you, if it exhausts you, and you can have an emotional attachment to it. I call it a trauma bond. What are trauma bonds? That means that you've had trauma. This is specifically with people. You can also have it with material things, but that means that you've had an experience of traumatic events. This other thing is somehow soothing those feelings. And to lose it, no matter what pain or energetic drain it's causing you, would trigger a sense of feeling unworthy, unloved, abandoned, not good enough, and all of this scarcity mindset, when it's like, it does take you replenishing and refreshing your energy to say, okay, I'm going to let this go, because as I let this go, something even better is going to come in. And it's in that lag time between letting go and receiving what's really for you. Man, that'll do some tricks on you. I'm going through some of that myself right now. I'm going through a lot of that right now. The lag time. But that's why we have to stay centered, grounded, continue doing the work, continue being playful and doing the things that we truly love, because we will get there. That bridge will be crossed. But there has to be a surrender and a trust. The spiritual trust of God and divine timing. And that can be something that's really, really, really challenging. I know I struggle with it, you guys. I struggle with that. But when I'm on my purpose and I'm in the flow, like right now, no worries. Being in this state of being right now, no worries whatsoever. And that's a beautiful thing. And you can find that same state of flow with working on yourself and doing the things that you need to do, focusing on the things you need to focus on. So go do it. Go get after it. Stay after it. I love you guys. You know the drill. Results kill excuses, because if it was easy, it wouldn't be worth it. Greg's out.